Pisces. This is going to be your April 2019 general tarot reading. I hope you guys are well. This is for, of course, this is for Pisces rising sun and moon. And this month I am using the spiral deck for your basic layout, and for your clarifiers I'm using the Gaian Tarot, which I absolutely adore. And before I get started with showing you your cards, I wanted to let you know that now I have a Facebook page for the channel. So if any of you would like to go check that out or like the page, it's still in the beginning stages of the page. I've posted on it, but I'm not completely completed yet with the typing in it about me and how to get a hold of me and things like that. But it's in the works, and I'm, in a way, I think I'm putting it off on finishing it because I want to wait until Mercury goes direct before I completely launch the page. But it is up and you can go check it out. It's just not completely all filled out yet. It's called Cosmic Vibrations, and it has the same black and white photo that my channel has of me with the fairy wings. So if any of you would like to like that page, if you've been following me for a while, in the future I would like to get to a spot where I have more time and energy to possibly do some bonus things on that. Maybe, I don't know, go live maybe once a week at a certain time to do something extra. Maybe I could even do polls on what people would like me to do. So yeah, and I also wanted to thank people that have donated to my channel. I really appreciate it. And if anyone is interested in getting a private reading with me, my email is at the end of the video with the music. I guess they call it end credits. So, okay. Here is your tarot reading for April, and this is just a general reading. If you want to know more about things like love or anything else, you may want to check out the other videos that I come out with on my channel. I come out with love readings and mystery readings in the middle of the month. So here are your cards. Your central experience for the month of April is the Emperor. Your challenge is the Ten of Cups. What is hindering you? And I also have a card. Well, I'll just show you both of them this time. What is hindering you is the Nine of Swords. What is a remedy for that, or what is helping you, is the Three of Earth. At the root of your being, you have the Ace of Pentacles. What you're coming away from is the Hanged Man. I think you had the Hanged Man last month in March. My dog's starting to cry. I might have to go. Your best possible outcome for April is the Magician. Coming up for you in the near future, you have the Six of Wands. You right now are in the Seven of Cups. In your surroundings, you have the Queen of Swords. Your hopes and fears. I kind of think that this is both. You have the Nine of Wands. And, whoa! I think I'm going to switch out chairs. Your general outcome is the King of Swords. Okay, I'm going to go deal with my dog and switch chairs. I'll be right back. Okay, here I am. I switched chairs. I just got that new chair for free outside. Somebody didn't want it, and I like it, but it's not exactly the most stable of chairs. So, this is kind of a handful. I'll show you these two. Your central experience for April, and of course this is for Pisces rising sun and moon, If for some reason this reading does not resonate for you, you may want to check out your other two out of your rising sun and moon. See if any of those resonate more. So for your central experience for April, you have the Emperor, the Nine of Water, and I needed a little bit more information, and I got the Ace of Water. Look, it's you. It's a little fish. So, see if I can show it to you together. I don't know. I mean, I could try to read this in more of a general sort of way, but I got a lot of specifics with this, which is that for some reason, a bunch of you Pisceans may be getting funding or a loan or a chunk of money, or you have built up the initial structure for a possible new path in your life that makes you feel incredibly happy. Maybe you've been wanting to get started with some kind of a new business or a new dream or a new purpose or something new that you would like to start in your life that feels like you feel very drawn to do this, and it's almost like a dream that you've had for a long time. It looks as if you may have possibly gotten a loan from a bank or gotten some kind of funding somehow, whether it's through grants or even simply building it up yourself. You may have built yourself up from the ground up to a place of authority where you're deciding to take the resources and the money that you do have and create something completely new in your life. For some of you, this may even be getting some kind of either using your savings that you already have and a bank loan, or getting a bank loan in order to buy a house too, or build a house, or buy land, or start a new business, start a new existing reality for yourself. There's definitely, you're getting extremely practical here. And it looks as if you got the loan, or you got the money together, or your plans were approved by authority figures or the system in order to be able to do this, and you got what you needed in order to start, and so you've been feeling extremely happy. And now you can begin your new journey, or get it started, or get this new thing going. It makes you feel incredibly happy. It could also be saying for some of you that you have been wanting more stability in your life, or you've been spending a lot more of your energy on this, on getting things up and getting things stable, where you have what you need so that you can get creative after that. And for some of you, you may have actually met someone that you have feelings for, or you feel like this is a new relationship that makes you feel like your wishes have been granted, or you feel extremely happy and blessed by this. Because after all, this is the Ace of Cups with the Nine of Cups. The Ace of Cups can also represent new love, or a new feeling in your heart, or a new journey in your life that revolves around the feeling of love, or doing what you love. But either way, I see you as being incredibly happy about this. It looks as if something was granted, or it's on its way, or you're on your way. So hopefully this is making sense for you. It is kind of specific. Just trying to think how else I could read this. It could be that you've come into money somehow, and because you have this, you have the security that you need in order to get started with something you've always wanted to do. This could even be deciding to go traveling, or deciding to start a completely new journey in your life. Okay. This reading is going to be a tiny bit choppy between the dog, and I'm also cooking some rice right now, so I apologize in advance. Okay, so your challenge. You have your own major arcana card, the Tree or the Hanged Man, and you have the Ten of Cups. Let me see if I can angle it okay. It's always backwards with the camera. There we go. Okay. Your challenge doesn't seem to be a huge challenge, honestly. It just seems like your challenge is patience, because you have some kind of a breakthrough where something that you have poured a lot of energy into, possibly filling out forms, writing up proposals, doing all of the logistical paperwork, working with the laws, working with what you can work with in the system in order to get started with this new thing, possibly for some of you. Or because you've been working on stability or getting funds together or doing what needs to be done in order to set something up. Because you have the 9 of water as your central experience, a 9 is not a 10. This is your wishes are coming true. And notice she's at the entrance of a cave. It looks as if she's been inside of a cave for a while that has water running through it, an underwater or a cave with a creek inside. And notice she's at the opening where the sunlight is pouring in. So she's about to step through the cave back out into the sunlight and have total fulfillment, where she already has the end in sight or the breakthrough in sight, but she's not quite completely there yet. It's like something may have been approved or something has come through, but before it completely comes through all the way for you, you may have to wait a little bit, because this is the 10 of Cups and this is the 9 of Cups. So this is the end is in sight, or the breakthrough is in sight. She knows that it's happening now. But your challenge is the 10, which is fully completing this thing. It may be that something has been approved, but you have to wait a little bit longer for it to come through all the way so you can get started. It seems as if you may be a tiny bit impatient just because you've been planning this possibly for a good while, or wanting this for a good while. And so it is coming. You will have what you need come through all the way. It's just for now, your challenge is things are at a somewhat of a standstill until the breakthrough happens or the culmination happens. So it can be, I'm getting a fear that this will not go through all the way, or anxiety over this, of how long is this going to take to come through all the way? How long is this going to take? How long are things going to be in temporary limbo until these things come through all the way for you? And because of this, you may be battling at times with a little bit of anxiety, or you're trying hard to stay positive about this and to just flow with it, or allow it to take its own natural, or allow it to go along its own natural timing. And so it seems to me as if you're using your challenge rather well. You're doing a lot of deep introspection, a lot of tuning in to focusing on good things happening while things are at a standstill, or while you're having to temporarily wait, or while things are temporarily suspended. It may be that you need one last approval in order for, it's like you got a bunch of approvals or a bunch of stamped things saying that it's happening, but you need one last one in order for it to fully go into motion. And so you're just hoping for the best, and hoping for the best may be a challenge at times too. But it seems to me as if you're trying really hard to be patient and just allow things to be, and hopefully it'll all work out in the end. But enough of it has come through at this point where you're already feeling really excited and you're ready to go with some kind of a new journey or a new thing in your life. Even if this is love, it may be that there's a new beginning with love, but you have to hold your horses a little bit, or things are at a lull temporarily, and so you're just trying to stay positive. Or if you, for instance, got the stuff that you needed to buy a house, something about the closing of the house is still in process, but you feel pretty good about this, like it's going to go through all the way, probably 95%. So right now, what is hindering you is stress, worry, anxiety, worrying about worst case scenarios, getting trapped in your own head with negative thinking or fears. The good news about the Nine of Swords is that the main message is it's mainly in this woman's head, or your imagination does way more to it than actually exists in reality. Sure, there's that 5% that something will not go through all the way, but you don't want to dwell on that 5% or blow up that 5% to 50%. Hopefully you're understanding me. So yeah, try to stay away from this as much as possible. If you catch yourself starting to worry, or I'm getting almost anxiety that comes from a long, hard process you've been through that has led you up till now. Where if this does not work out, it feels as if you have wasted a long period of time working towards this. And so it would be devastating if it didn't work out. But try not to focus on the possibility that it may not work out. Instead, focus on the things that are working out, because it seems as though certain things are working out. And so try to stay away from this as much as possible. And your remedy for it, or what is helping you, is the Three of Earth. This assures you that what is helping you is things that you have worked hard towards and done the necessary steps in order to bring this thing into being. It is guaranteed to grow. It is going to grow well and expand. And so you don't have to worry about, it may not be as grand as you think, you know, or it could be. But really focus on the fact that this thing is going to make it. It is going to grow, and you will be prosperous. You will have what you need. And also I'm getting an additional message here, which is if you catch yourself doing this, spend time with dear friends or people that you enjoy the company of, or keep yourself busy with something that you enjoy or are talented at. These three women in the picture are herbalists, and they're working together. They're having fun and hanging out and joking around. They're having a grand time. This isn't hard work. This isn't work that makes them feel tired. This is happy work that they enjoy and that inspires them. This may even just be a hobby for them of something that they fully enjoy doing. But by gathering together with people that enjoy doing the same things that you do, and by keeping yourself busy with things that you enjoy, this will help pull you through on getting stuck in this. So surround yourself with, get social, do fun things with friends. Keep yourself busy with the things that you can do, that you enjoy, and that will help ground you out and feel much more planted in the earth. And at the core or root of your being, hopefully I'm not burning my rice, you have the Ace of Pentacles and you have the Elder of Water. So yes, this new thing, whether it's a home, a business, a dream that you've always wanted to pursue, a new love, whatever this new thing is that you're extremely excited about and that you have worked very hard towards creating this in a tangible sense. Your instincts have been dead on, and you're going with the flow of your instincts. You have the Elder of Water, otherwise known as the King of Cups, in his rowboat. He looks like he enjoys fishing, or he just enjoys going out in his boat and the serenity and peace of being on the ocean with the wild animals. Looks like a otter. Yep, it's an otter. It represents play and allowing things to be. And this fisherman, or this elder of water, seems like he's very tuned in, and tuned in to his environment, tuned in to his intuition, tuned into a sense of serenity, and he appreciates what he has. He appreciates his life. But your instincts have been dead on, and as long as you go with the flow of things and you follow the signs, your environment should back you up or should give you signals to take it easy. You're still moving because he is in a boat with oars. He can move in any direction he wants to. But for now, it looks like he's resting his oars and he's just appreciating the sunset, or this could be the sunrise early in the morning. If he's fishing early in the morning while the fish are waking up and the water is still, yes, you're still moving. You can still move in any direction you want to, but it seems like you're taking the time to appreciate what you have, and you're letting your intuition and your inner senses guide you on how to best nurture this new beginning in your life. Your instincts about this new beginning are very tuned in, and you should be following your intuition or your spidey senses on this. And also, this is letting me know that this new thing of yours is spiritually protected. I'm seeing somebody in here where this could be the spirit of your grandfather or of elders that you have known in your family, perhaps that come from a fisherman background or a water background. It seems as if you're being guided or you're being protected with this. That you are, how do I explain it? That the Mother Ocean Spirit is looking out after you, and you are guaranteed to have success with this new beginning as long as you tune in, as long as you listen. He looks like he's also listening to the water, looking at the sunrise. So it looks good to me. You seem very tuned in and practical too. So I don't know why it does that. What you're coming away from. I think you had the Hanged Man last month too in your reading. It looks as if you did a lot of tuning in. Maybe that's the reason why you seem so centered at your core and yet so in tune. You're not so practical that you're losing sight of spirit. You're not so connected or in tune that you've lost sight of being able to ground yourself. You seem really grounded and in tune. And it seems as if perhaps last month in March, even though I'm currently filming this in March, seems as if you did a lot of tuning in and you received answers to any questions that you had, anything that you needed more clarity on or more understanding of. It seems as if you received a message. So it seems as if you've had a huge breakthrough that involved trusting the universe, trusting yourself, trusting your spidey senses or your Piscean senses, and paying attention. Your spirit and your mind and your heart have been awakened, where you have been understanding things very deeply and receiving answers, receiving clarity, waking up to something that perhaps you weren't aware of before then. And I'm getting something to do with your powers. You're more aware of your capacity to make things happen, or to trust your own abilities to make things happen, or to even connect people or connect seemingly separate things. The dog's crying again. I'll be right back. Okay. So here's your best possible outcome. You have the Magician and the Seeker, which is also called the Fool. Do you have another? Okay, this is the only Fool you have in here. For some reason, I thought maybe you had two. Well, I mean, this is kind of one of the things that's leading me to believe that your challenge is really not that much of a challenge. The only thing in here that I really see as being your challenge is the Nine of Swords, of what's hindering you. But if your challenge this month is that something is temporarily put on hold, or the last little stages of something is going slower than you thought, or you have to wait a little bit in order for things to come through all the way, it seems as if it is going to happen, because you have the Magician and you have the Seeker. So whatever last little bits you're waiting for so you can fully get started, your best possible outcome is saying that you are ready to start, or you have everything that you need to start this new journey in your life. This is a big deal. This is a brand new cycle in your life opening up that possibly will last for years for some of you. This is a brand new journey in your life, something that you feel really excited to get going on, it feels like. And another message in here that it's telling me is that even if you don't have every single thing that you feel you need in order to get started, you should still be getting started anyway as your best possible outcome. So if you have some kind of thing going on where you feel you need something else in order to get started, you don't necessarily need that. You can still get started anyway. You may end up getting started with less resources or less tools than you felt you needed or wanted, but you're still able to do this with what you have. I'm looking at the Fool or the Seeker with her stick with the little bundle. She's still ready to get going. She's still being brave. She's still starting a completely new journey with not very much. But she has herself and she has her dreams and she is brave. And with the Magician, this is reminding you, you can create anything that you want to, or you have it in you to create things and create what you want. The Magician is also very brave, or sure of himself on what he's capable of. So your best possible outcome is that no matter what happens with wrapping up the last little bits of something or getting everything that you feel you need, you can still get started anyway, and you can still do this anyway. And a lot of you might very well end up having the last little closing bit of what you need pulled through so that you can really do this. But you look very sure of what you're doing. You look very capable and you look very brave to me. And you're willing to do this with not very much in the beginning. That doesn't mean that you'll be beginning this with not very much. It's just saying that no matter what happens, you're determined to do this. And it will work out is what I'm getting. It will work out. You actually will be pleasantly surprised at what you're capable of or what you can make happen. And in the future, wow, you guys, I'm glad that all of this is pulling through for sure, because it seems as if you have put a lot of time or energy into this, whatever it is. So you have the Chariot, or also called the Canoe, and the Six of Wands, which is considered the Victory card. So you are assured success as long as you stay focused on what you're doing and you keep on moving forward. It's kind of interesting. You have two people in boats in here. At your core, or I'm sorry, wrong one. At your core, you have the Elder of Water in his boat with his oars, but he looks like he's enjoying the scenery. He's not in a huge hurry. he knows that he'll have what he needs. He knows that everything will come about in its own proper timing. The man in the canoe is determined, and he's using all of his physical force and muscle power to get that boat moving forward. He's probably training, is my guess. He seems like he's training to see what he is capable of, or how fast can he really go. What is he capable of? He's pushing himself. But the Chariot is all about moving forward and being focused on what your destination is, or where is it that you want to take yourself to. And so I'm getting a nice balance between these two things. One is at your core, which is the Elder of Water, and one is in your future, which is the canoe. So if you've been having to patiently wait for some kind of a completion of something so that you can get started with your new journey that feels like a wish come true, or something you've always dreamed of, you do have the resources or the backup that you need in order to do this. Just try to stop worrying, or this worrying isn't doing anything for you. While you're waiting in April, keep yourself busy with doing fun things with friends, or doing the things that you enjoy, or do the things that you can. And be confident that things will work out, or you will see growth. Because you've known all along deep inside of yourself what you're doing, or what feels right and what doesn't feel right. And as long as you go with what feels right, this will get off to a really good start, and you will have what you need. But in the near future, it looks like it's hustle time, or it's time for action. That's when everything comes through. And so now that everything has come through, you have exactly what you need to get started. And it looks to me like you've been slightly impatient about this, and you're ready to go. This fish is ready to go on its journey downstream. I think it's a baby salmon that just spawned. It's a new beginning that is swimming with the current on a brand new journey. But it looks as if you accomplish something in the future. You accomplish something, or you feel like a winner, or you feel like everything that you've been putting your energy into up until now finally comes to fruition, or works out, or you have victory. And it's because you've stayed focused. But you have to continue to stay focused. But that shouldn't be hard for you to do, because it seems as if you care very much about what you're doing and you enjoy it. So you're definitely moving forward. Things are working out. If you've been waiting on some kind of a closure, it seems as if you get it, and you're able to completely move forward on your new journey. You will be successful. Anything involving healthy competition here, whether it's sports or rising to the top of the business ladder, or whatever you want to call that, a healthy competition where you're proving what you're worth. You pass with flying colors. You show what you're capable of. You're very successful in the future with what you've been trying to do. If you've been wanting to travel or go someplace, because you do have the Seeker as your best possible outcome, and you do have this canoe man here, it seems as if you're doing it and you're moving in the future, or you're traveling in the future, and you will have success with whatever this travel has to do with. You right now have a few little kinks going on with worries, stress, mental worry, and then you also have some emotional confusion of what are your options, what do you really have available to you right now. You actually may have a lot more available to you than you realize, or more is on the way, because there is that one cup that is higher than all the others that's golden, that's right behind her where she can't see it. So again, I'm getting that what you need is arriving any day now, or is about to arrive. So try not to settle for what you have available to you right now. because something is coming or something is finishing up soon, which is exactly what you want. But you may start to have emotional doubts of, is this really possible? Can I really do this? I know what I want, but this is what's visually available to me at this moment. But it seems as if you're realigning yourself, or you're working on this. You're working on your health. You're working on health with all of your bodies, your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body. Whenever you start to worry or have anxiety, or you start to feel emotionally confused, like maybe you're just deluding yourself, or maybe there's less available to you than you think, maybe things won't work out, or maybe this dream of yours will never arrive, or maybe you'll never be able to get started with it. You know, what you see that's available to you right now isn't exactly what you're looking for. But when you catch yourself doing that, it looks as if you're making a concentrated effort to align yourself or to get yourself back in balance again, which is this 9 of fire here. It's completely normal when you are being brave and starting a completely new journey in your life to have some jitters or to have some fears or anxiety about what you're doing. It's risky. It takes a great deal of courage to do that. And so it seems as if you're doing a really good job of realigning yourself and catching yourself in those moments and allowing, I'm getting a bunch of you are doing deep practices with deep breathing at those moments. And if you're not, it's a good suggestion that the cards are giving you is when you start to feel overwhelmed, when you start to get confused, when you start to get afraid or freaked out by everything that's going on, go to a peaceful place, either outside or within yourself or both, and breathe very deeply and relax every muscle in your body. That will help you to get realigned and back centered again, because I'm getting a huge thing about centering in here. You're doing a lot of work on this, on being in tune, feeling things out, trusting how you feel, trusting the signs, and you're really doing a good job of centering yourself, grounding yourself in those moments to come back into your body. And this fisherman looks very patient to me and emotionally balanced. So in your surroundings, this is another thing in here that's leading me to believe you're waiting on some final decision or final paperwork or final stamp of approval so you can really get going with something. Is you have the Queen of Swords in here with the Ace of Fire. You have 3 aces in here. You have the Ace of Water, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and you have the Ace of Fire. The only ace that you're missing is the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Air, and that's it. You've got 3 out of the 4 of them. And you have the Magician, which is the Major Arcana 1, also known as the Grand Ace, Grand New Beginning. And you do have you have 2 9s in here. And so you're wrapping something up and then you're beginning something new, or you're doing both at the same time. But it seems as if you need some kind of paperwork, or you need some kind of a decision or approval, or some kind of, this could have to do with legalities or laws. This could have to do with certificates or officializing something legally, or getting information that you need. Setting up some kind of a system so that you can begin something new. And this new thing that you want to get started with lights you up. You feel very passionate about this new beginning. It's good for money, it's good for emotions and your emotional health, and it's good for you to feel as if you have a sense of purpose, or you're doing something meaningful, or you're doing something that you love. And it is going to get off to a really good start. It looks as if you probably will get what you need, or this thing will be official soon. And feel free to get advice. This says if you need advice on how to move forward with this new beginning, you have plenty of sources around you in your environment to get the information that you need, or get really good advice on the steps that you need to take in order to bring this into being or into action. This could be getting legal help, or a consultant, or somebody who can help you fine-tune the system of it, or the rules of it, or something like that. Or you're getting extremely clear in your environment about what you're doing, where you're very protective of this new beginning I'm getting. And you expect respect from others concerning this new beginning that you're doing. You won't deal with any weird shenanigans with people putting it down or telling you you can't do it, or trying to trip you up with getting this thing going. You seem very protective of it and very set. You have decided you're doing this. But if you need a consultant or advice, or somebody who's wise enough with this sort of thing, or experienced enough with this sort of thing, it looks as if you get some really good advice. So or you get referred to a really good person who really genuinely can help you, and it feels as if then you feel very confident about what you're doing. And your hopes are, again, the justice system or the legal system, or just laws, normal things that we have to do oftentimes in order to officialize some kind of a big thing, or get what we need in order to start a big thing. But your hopes is that you will be able to wrap up this cycle in a really good way and have everything that you need to get started where it's official. And that you will be treated fairly, the universe will treat you fairly, and what you have put into it, you will get back. You seem very just to me as your hopes. Your hopes are for justice. I'm getting, for somebody watching, or a group of you, this has to do with the environment. With protecting the environment, or doing something environmental, or getting started with some kind of an organization or a group of people that are doing something to do with activism. Because you feel very strongly about making sure that justice is alive and well in the world, and that there's a natural balance to things. You are wrapping something up concerning this, or you have to do some last little bits of action in order to get this thing completely going. Your hope is that the system will be fair to you, or that you will be treated fairly in what you're trying to do, or that you will be able to ensure that justice prevails. But it looks like this is a really amazing hope to have, and I wish you all the best with that. I have a really strong feeling from this reading that this is all going to work out, and that you will be able to get going. So with your general outcome, what is that? You have the King of Swords and the Six of Earths. So yes, again, equal give and take, justice, fairness, receiving in return what you've given to a situation. If a group of you are involved with legalities, it looks as if you get the approval that you need in order to get started, or you get the grant, or you get the loan, or you get the whatever it is that you're waiting on, the final one or something. It looks as if you will be treated fairly. Things will finally come through all the way, and you'll have what you need to get started. Or things are picking up, you're getting much more prosperous, or things are growing really well with equal exchange and fruitfulness for everyone involved. You will be given back to. If this has something to do with working with the system, it looks as if the system treats you fairly and you get approval, or you get what you need, or you get the returns that you deserve on what you've put into something. Where I'm getting, then you can give back out. You'll have enough of an abundance to be able to give back and put resources into things that you care a great deal about. You make some kind of a major decision, or a major decision is made, and it looks pretty good. It looks like a good move, or a good decision that you've made. Yeah. Pretty amazing, you guys. Seems like authority figures or systems or things are working in your favor. So you might receive some kind of a breakthrough message, or a breakthrough decision, or a breakthrough bit of information that really help you, possibly with money or with something that you're creating. So hopefully that made sense for you, or resonated or helped in some way. And I'll see you soon for your love readings, and then in the middle of the month for your mystery readings. Eventually, someday soon, I would like to start putting classes on here for free, but I'm not quite at a spot yet to be able to do that financially, or because of time and money and all of those things. So if this channel continues to grow and starts bringing me in more for what I've been putting into it, I would love to give back. Speaking of that, same sort of thing. Once I get prosperous enough with this channel, I would love to devote some extra time and energy to put some free things on here for people. Free classes, lots of different things, but I'm not quite there yet. Okay, and if anyone wants a private reading or to donate to the channel or support me in any way, don't forget about the Facebook page that I have now. And my email is at the end of the video. Okay, bye. Take care, you guys. I love you.